Hello everyone, this is Cardmate, and today we will be talking about the importance of hand ranges in poker games. When players first start learning to play the game of poker, the first thing they simply must master is understanding hand values, and, as a result, a beginner player only thinks about his own hand strength. Later, as players become more advanced, they start thinking about their opponent's hands as well. Eventually, they get to the point where they don't try to put their opponents on a single hand, but instead assign them a range of possible holdings and work to narrow that range down based on each of their opponent's actions throughout the hand, also known as hand reading. The best players take this even further, and while thinking about their opponent's range, they also think about their own range and how it fares against their opponent's range, in terms of equity, range polarization, balance, nut average, and many other concepts. Poker may appear like a simple game to a novice, but the classic saying of "it takes a minute to learn but a lifetime to master" certainly holds true. Guys, attention please. 3 persons who give the best answers on what to do in the hand will receive $5 to their Pokerstars accounts. Do not forget to leave your Pokerstars nickname along with the answer. So, here is the poker hand. The limit is NL25. The player in the middle position has a stack of $20.75. His VPIP is 59%. Pre-flop raise is 12%. Fold to c-bet is 70%. Hero is in the cutoff position. The small blind has a stack of $9.44. His VPIP is 48%. Pre-flop raise is 10%. Fold to continuation bet is 62%. The middle position player limped in, and Hero made an isolating raise of $1 with King-Jack suited from the cutoff. The small blind calls. The middle position player calls, and we move on to a 3-handed flop. The flop comes Ace-King-8. The small blind checks and the middle position player checks. What should Hero do? (13x13) hand grid. The hand grid is a graphical representation of a range. It contains all 169 possible pre-flop hands, 13 pocket pairs that are located directionally from top left to top right, 78 suited hands located in the upper right half represented with an S, and 78 offsuit hands located in the bottom left half represented with an O. Example: cash game, effective stack $200, blinds $1, $2. Pre-flop, UTG raises. We have observed this player for a while, and our perception is that he is very tight, opting only to play premium starting hands. We've also noticed that he raises his stronger hands and calls with medium strength hands. Once a player decides to put money into the pot, they've revealed some amount of information about their range. We can use that information to assign the villain a starting range of hands. Start by asking which hands are consistent with the villain's actions, and then add those to the range one by one. Aces. It is definitely possible for villain to hold aces at this point, as he would most definitely want to raise with it unless he was known to slow play. King-King to 9-9. All pocket pairs between King-King and 9-9 are also likely to be in the villain's rising range. Ace-10 suited. Ace-King suited, Ace-Queen suited, Ace-Jack suited, and Ace-10 suited are also likely to be in the villain's rising range. Ace-Jack offsuit and King-Queen suited. These are also hands that almost everyone rises from all positions. In total, these hands make up 7% of all possible hands. Now consider the next tier of hands the villain may play from this position, as well as his possible actions with them. Ace-10 offsuit, Ace-9 suited to Ace-2 suited, King-Queen offsuit, King-Jack offsuit, A8 to 6-6, King-Jack suited, King-10 suited, Queen-Jack suited, Queen-10 suited, Jack-10 suited, 10-9 suited, 9-8 suited, are all medium-strength hands that this particular villain may not consider good enough to raise, but may be good enough to see a cheap flop. From past experience, you might know this opponent likes to limp these hands. This strategy of raising with the premium hands and limping with the medium-strength hands is not recommended, because it is easy to exploit by simply raising when the villain limps, because you know their hand can't be too strong, and by folding your medium strength and weak hands when villain raises, because you know they have a premium hand. Many villains may not even be aware of what their range is in a particular situation, but by paying attention, you can notice their tendencies and adjust to take advantage of them. By splitting his range in this way, villain also makes his opponent's post-flop hand reading a lot easier. For example, if villain never raises hands such as 10-9 suited or medium pocket pairs, then after they raise, their opponents will know on a flop like 8-7-6 that they can't have straights, sets or two pairs, and that their range will consist only of overpairs and overcards. The villain would be much better off playing a simpler strategy where they only enter the pot by raising with all hands they want to play, making them more difficult to read. This is a solid strategy that will work well from an early position. You must be careful about the information you give away after taking certain actions, because the more information your opponents have about your range, the better decisions they can make. Professional poker players come to the table with a well thought out plan. They have done the work off the table and constructed their ranges in such a way that they are not easily exploitable. Of course, just memorizing a few range charts won't make you a world-class player, but understanding the ranges in play will help you avoid common mistakes, allowing you to make better decisions. Guys, if you like this video, give us a like and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.